Okay guys, let's take down the final boss in the Cursed Wasteland dungeon. Before the fight starts, let's take a look at how the boss arena is set up. There's 3 beams of light that separate the arena into 3 quadrants. And as you should already know, it's not a good idea to run into that light. Let's call these beams of lights gates, each with a spike at the end of them. And the spikes are the controls to the gates. So to open and close the gates, you'll need to activate those spikes. And that's where the teamwork comes in. Designate 2 people off your team to be the gatekeepers. One of them cannot be the tank. They'll be dealing with the boss. Now that we have our roles, next up is positioning. Everyone except the tank will need to stand in the same quadrant. The tank should be alone. Next is some more coordination. You need to decide which way you want to rotate, whether that's left or to the right. Either way, you all need to be on the same page. Now this is important because the boss has a special attack that can end the fight pretty quickly. It'll spray a purple gas in a cone shape that'll sweep towards the player that has a purple orb above his head. This should be the tank if they're keeping aggro. Now since we mentioned the boss's attacks, let's go over the ones that you should be looking out for and how you can identify which attack is coming so you can block or run if you have to. When the fight first starts, make sure that everyone is paying attention because this boss has an attack that'll make sure that everyone is wide awake. The boss will raise his arms into the air and a purple circle will appear around his body. Once the circle closes, it'll do a map-wide blast that can end the fight for you, or it can take the majority of your health. To avoid this, wait for the circle to get about halfway to close, then hit block. It doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure you're within that block window. Try to be patient with rolling and blocking because this boss will do that attack multiple times throughout the fight, and it's easy to get caught, especially when you're trying to get out of the range of some of his other attacks. Now as the fight goes on, the boss will eventually mark the tank with a purple orb. That'll let you know that he's about to cast his gas attack, and it's time for you to rotate to another quadrant. Have one gatekeeper open the gate for the tank on the side that they asked for, and the other gatekeeper open the gate for the rest of the party to rotate out of. Basically, the tank needs to move into the quadrant that the party is in, and the party should move into the original empty quadrant. Keep doing damage and watch out for the slam attack from the boss and block when you need to. The boss has a few more attacks that it can throw at you. It can summon a purple vortex on the ground that can pull you in and do some damage. Now to get out of that, you can just simply walk out of it. You don't really need to use your morph, but you can if you need to. At some point, you may be marked with a red orb. First, you want to get away from your party as soon as possible, preferably in the top corner somewhere. Do this because it summons an even larger red vortex that'll pull in the party and do a ton of damage. The thing is, it'll summon wherever you are at the time that it disappears. The key here is to morph and run as soon as it disappears. Just be patient. Another key tip is to not get too close to the boss if you're the damage dealer or you're the DPS. You can easily pull aggro and wipe the party. As you get his health down, he may end up marking 2 people with red orbs. And you'll know when he's about to mark somebody because he yells it. Now there are different ways to take down this boss, different strategies. This is just one of the ways that my party decided to take it down. Let me know down in the comments if you took down this boss using a different strategy. Also, what weapon combination are you using? Are you a tank, healer, DPS? Let me know. Hope you enjoyed this one and learned something new. I will catch you guys in the next one.